Amigos del Riviera Maya Film Festival, seguimos en formación. En este momento nos encontramos con Ryan Lattanzio. Él acaba de terminar de moderar una plática aquí en esta parte de formación. Ryan, nice to meet you and thank you for this interview.
Thank you very much, Fernando.
Ryan, as a movie critic, you have been in a lot of festivals. What do you think about the Riviera Maya Film Festival?
Well, this is my third year at the Riviera Maya Film Festival, third year in a row. And I'm very grateful that everyone at the festival and the team has continued to invite me back, so I must be doing something right. I mean, I think there's a lot of excellent programming at this festival. The director, Paula Charround, she seems to have really good taste in terms of picking international filmmakers, such as the opening director, of course, Pedro Almodovar, Spanish language director, but then there's galas for American films and also the Philippe Grandrieux film from the other night, which is a French film. So I think the great thing about it is that it brings a lot of films that otherwise wouldn't make it to Mexico to Mexican audiences.
How do you find your passion for writing for cinema?
Well, I guess it came from seeing a lot of movies starting at a young age. You know, a lot of people that become directors, it's because they saw a lot of movies, you know, starting when they were young. And I guess it was a similar idea for me, but I didn't want to be a director. That idea is scary to me. And so I think if you see you know, enough films and do enough reading about film, you become very knowledgeable. And you know, then it becomes a question of what do I do with this and how do I turn this into a job? And there really wasn't anything else I felt qualified to do. Like I could write decently and I'd seen a lot of movies, so it just sort of made sense that I sort of put the two together. But it's not an easy way to make a living, and it's hard to especially as, you know, I've worked as a staff writer and also as a freelancer. It's hard to get people to accept your pitches or to pay you. You're constantly chasing after people for, you know, money for the stories you've written. But I think eventually, you know, people understand your tastes and your interests, and I think that's why they've invited me back to this festival. And so editors and publications look to you for certain kind of stories and certain kind of films that you're interested in. And so, you know, I think it's important to kind of have a, you know, a certain style and a certain set of interests that make you stand out from other critics and journalists.
So what means the cinema for you?
Cinema for me is, I guess it's going into another world. It's escaping from this one. You know, life can be so mundane, and life can be cinematic, but there really isn't that much that's cinematic about real life, and cinema is a form of escape. You know, and I think it's also just a really effective way to hear stories from different voices that otherwise wouldn't get exposure. You know, like there's a lot of Mexican independent filmmakers who get a spotlight at this festival, which I think is great. And so I think it's a way of hearing from other people who have different perspectives from around the world.
Okay. Ryan, thank you very much for this interview. Chicos, esperemos hayan disfrutado la entrevista. Este fue Ryan y gracias por seguir viéndonos.